Let's say I'm having an intrusive thought right now. A thought I don't really want, but it keeps coming back. Here is a test for you. Which one do you think brings more value to this thought? Remember that thing you did in the past? You did lots of horrible things, like you might not remember it, but I think you did. My response, I'm relaxed. Don't care. Don't care. Or response number 2, notebook writing. I'm looking at my phone, asking my mom, hey, do you remember if I did this thing or not? I just can't remember. Friends, do you remember if I did this? I'm gonna look back at all my journals. I'm gonna look back at all my posts on Instagram, whatever it is, to see how these experiences were. Which one of these responses is giving more power? One of them is saying, I don't care. Cool. I'm accepting things as they are. And the other one's like, figure it out right now. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. I can acknowledge a thought, but I'm not giving it any value. I'm choosing to not problem solve. We often talk about verbal responses we can give our brain to take away this value from a thought. But what if it's body language too? I mean, our body's going to send signals to our brain every time we do an action with our body. Like I'm feeling awkward right now doing all these things because I'm doing this with my body. For example, if someone's crossing their arms during a conversation, we might interpret that as a sign that they're just defensive. They're closed off. They don't care. If someone is making eye contact, they're leaning in, we might interpret that as a sign that they are interested. They are engaged in what you are saying. So interpreting body language is important. We do it. We look at other people's body language. We look at our own body language. It sends signals to our brain. Research has shown that adopting a power pose, such as standing tall with our hands on our hips, can increase feelings of confidence and decrease stress levels. So if you can do that, just like a simple pose, what do you think it's going to do to OCD or anxiety when we show our body that we simply don't care? It can be a really powerful thing. Overall, body language plays a significant role in how we communicate, and being aware of our own body language and paying attention to it can help. We can improve our communication skills and build better relationships. Since we know we cannot control intrusive thoughts, wish we could, there are some ways we can show through our body language that we don't care. And here are a few suggestions. Try to act nonchalant. Who came up with that? I don't know. That word, man. Show a lack of concern or interest in maintaining a neutral or calm expression on your face.
Cool. Thanks for the thought.
Avoid fidgeting, making sudden movements that might indicate discomfort or anxiety. So a thought comes to your brain that you don't want, we're not like, oh no, here it goes, here it comes, oh no, what do I do? Nah, we're teaching the brain that this is a big deal. Instead, what's up, bro? Welcome. Glad you're here. This is great. I can put my legs up. Act like I don't care. Use relaxation techniques. When you feel an intrusive thought come on, take a deep breath. Focus on relaxing your body. It's not to get the anxiety to go away, it's to teach your brain you don't care. Practice good posture, maintain eye contact, avoid crossing your arms or your legs, which can signal defensiveness. Refocus your attention. Redirect your focus back to what you're doing, because that's where you're living life, right? You're doing it right here. If you were looking at somebody, look at them. If you were typing on a computer, continue typing. If you're about to grab your water bottle, do it. Essentially, live the life that you're living. Acknowledge and accept. Remember that intrusive thoughts are a normal part of human experiences. It is okay to have them. Try to acknowledge a thought without judgment and without self-criticism, and then let it go. Everyone experiences intrusive thoughts at some point. What is important is to be kind to yourself. Keep this in mind. One trap you could fall into is checking to see if your non-caring attitude worked. Nuh-uh, we don't do that. You may have to change your definition of what work means. Doing these type of body responses isn't to get the thought to go away. So you're not like, okay, well, acting like I don't care. Didn't work.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
No, we don't do that. When this is done frequently, our brain learns. If the thought is still there, cool, great, awesome. Let thoughts be thoughts. These are the responses we want to give our brain and teach them over and over and over and over and over. If the thoughts go away, that is cool too. But we're not just using body language, we're using exposure and response prevention with it to face a fear. This is just a way that we are responding. You know what word I don't really like too much? Moist. Blech. It literally gives me the shivers. Like, I have goosebumps right now. If I wanted to get used to this word, I need to have a plan and be ready to go. I'm going to purposely expose myself to this word and practice. I don't care, man. Moist, moist, moist. Oh, see, my body automatically shivers like, whew, we got to control the automatic piece of all this. But we can correct this response and we can put a smile. We can act like we don't care. Put my legs up. I'm dancing to the moist song. Moist, moist, moist. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Moist, moist, moist. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I bet you eventually my body will get used to these new responses and learn it in a whole new way. So here's something to keep in mind. If I practice these and I didn't do it again for a couple of years, our body is really good at taking these old paths. Remember, I don't like the word moist. That's why we practice these responses often, often, often. As you're working on your own treatment, keep this in mind. What am I teaching my brain today by the way I'm acting? Not only body language makes a difference, but the way we mentally and verbally respond to these thoughts too. To enhance your skills even further, go watch this video right here and let me know down in the comments what pose you're gonna do today. How are you gonna show your OCD that you just simply do not care? Thanks so much for watching, and I will moist you next time. That was weird. See you next time.